Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to beautiful Chiang Mai. Today we're heading south of Chiang Mai Old City to the Hangdong district. Now this is an area that is rich in history and culture, and it's becoming very popular with expats. But why is this? Why is it so popular with expats? Well, today we're going to talk to someone who lives there, and I'm going to ask him 5 questions that they say may make Hangdong the perfect spot for expats. Let's go take a listen. So I have made it all the way out here to the Hangdong area, and this face right here may look familiar. This is Michael. I think it is our 3rd video together. I think we started with I interviewed you and your wife.
4th.
Oh, really?
We started at Dinky's, and then we did the interview.
You and Grace.
And then when I broke my finger, that's 3.
So this is number 4.
This is number 4.
All right. Look at that.
Time flies.
That's right. And one of the reasons I brought you out here was because Michael does live in Hangdong, what this video is about, as an option for expats. And I found 5 reasons mostly why expats choose Hangdong. And so I just want to get your perspective on, is this true, or if there's something you want to add to it. So one of the things is the proximity to the city. You kind of got the old city right down the road from us, right? And tell us I'll let you talk to us about the proximity of it.
One of the reasons we chose Hangdong when we were looking for places to settle fairly long term was how close it was to the airport. We still travel a fair amount, and it was important to us to be within a 20-minute drive of the airport.
Right.
And of course, the old city and Neiman are only 5 minutes past the airport. So it still puts us, without traffic, 25 minutes or so outside of the old city, outside of Neiman. And within that drive, we have Big C, we have a full-size Lotus, a full-size Home Pro, Macro, IKEA, Decathlon Sports. There's Kadfarong Village, which is a shopping center that has a lot of overseas, not necessarily Western, there's also Korean and Japanese stores and restaurants, and also the Chiang Mai factory outlets.
Okay, so one thing I know is there's no such thing as a perfect commute. What are some problems as far as just traveling from here to the city? Is it time of day? What's happening there?
Time of day is really important. There is a rush hour in Chiang Mai. When I go up to Doi Saket to meet you to play pickleball, if I was to make that drive at 10:30 at night, so without any other cars on the road, I could be there in 35 to 40 minutes. If I leave my house between 7:45 and 8:05 in the morning, it takes me an hour to an hour and 15 minutes.
Timing.
However, if I leave at 8:15, it only takes me 45 minutes. So by leaving 10 minutes later, I arrive 15 minutes earlier.
Wow.
Just because of the congestion between here and there. And it's really down here on the smaller roads in Hangdong. Once I get up to one of the ring roads, it goes pretty quickly until you have to get off the ring road and you have to wait at the exit ramp. But during those rush hour times, which is the morning from 7:30 until about 8:15, and then in the afternoon from roughly 4:30 until 6 o'clock.
Wow.
And then Saturdays, I try not to leave the house, or if I do leave the house, I stay down here in Hangdong, because Saturdays after 11:30 until about 10 o'clock at night, there's just so much traffic in and around Chiang Mai city, Muang Chiang Mai itself, that it just takes forever to get anywhere.
Wow. All right, so let's switch gears a little bit and talk about housing options. So when I think of Hangdong, I think of gated communities. That's pretty much it. Are there other housing options out here?
There are a lot of these Baan gated communities, and that is a very popular option with expats. But there are plenty of smaller homes. There are, right now as we speak, multiple developments going on of multi-use buildings. So a ground floor might be commercial space with 2 floors above it of living space. And that's great for somebody who wants to have a small business, a small coffee shop, and also have the convenience of, the financial convenience as well as the physical convenience of being right there. There are also plenty of standalone homes. Hangdong has some main roads. There's the Chiang Mai Hangdong Road. There is the Outer Ring Road. There is the what's now called the San Patong Bypass. We used to call it the Irrigation Canal Road. And each of those are 2 or 3 lanes in each direction. Once you get off of those, you go in 100 meters, right? Once you're past those houses right on the frontage, it becomes much more rural and a lot of standalone homes that are available for rent.
See, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I learned something. All right, so with that said, a few weeks ago maybe, you took me around your neighborhood where you live at, the gated community, and you showed me some things, and I'd like to share that with you. So take a look.
You can see these 2 houses have a different setup. They've extended their front room and then extended the balcony and put caps over it to make it livable space. This is empty, available. I don't know if it's for rent or for sale. This one, despite the fact that there's a bike there, also empty, or maybe it's the first 2 that are empty. Then this one over here, on this side, that one's empty. And this one here, even though there's a car there, is for sale.
So how did you discover this neighborhood?
Our housekeeper found it for us when we moved here, and we were in Suthep, and we inherited a housekeeper when we took over somebody else's lease. After 6 months, the lease was up, and we needed someplace bigger. So we asked our housekeeper to help us find something, and she cleaned for other people down here, and she found out about this, and she told us.
Now, Suthep, that's near CMU?
Yes.
Okay.
And additionally, I'm going to go down here to where they're doing the new building. So these are all brand new.
So you have a 3-bedroom, 3-bath.
3-bedroom, 3-bath.
Do you mind me asking how much is rent monthly?
So it's 25,000 baht a month, but if we prepay for the year, our landlord gives us a 1-month discount.
Oh, that's nice.
So it ends up being about 2250.
Right.
So they're
So is this a remodel, or is this actually new building?
This is new building.
Okay.
This Baan is being built in stages. So this is the next stage being done. There's going to be more stuff going in here. And let's see, can I go this way? We're going to find out.
Does it feel any different living in a gated community?
Well, I don't know if it's as much the gated community or if it is the location. Where we were in Suthep was in the middle of the university.
Oh, I see.
And there were just we were in a little, they called it a Mubon. It wasn't gated. It was a little neighborhood of 4 dead-end streets. And surrounding, and those were all single-story, single-family detached homes. Small, but surrounding it were dorms.
Okay.
And there were just kids everywhere. And there was restaurants, laundromats, barbershops, nail salons, everything you could possibly want within a 5-minute walk. There were at least 20 restaurants within a 5-minute walk and 200 within a 10-minute walk.
Wow.
There was the university night market, took place about a 10-minute walk every night. You go to the night market. And this is completely different. So quiet. Never see anybody. That place looks empty. So I don't know that it's the gated community as much as it's just the location. Now, over here you see this wall. And on the other side of that wall is all farmland.
Oh, okay.
So there's nothing on that side.
So no problems with neighbors or anything.
Nope.
Yeah. For rent.
So that's Miss B.
Okay.
Miss B is the manager, the on-site manager for the development company. And she's got that little golf cart, and when people come in and want to see a property, she takes them. So that property was for rent. I saw her driving around with people a little bit earlier, so I'm guessing maybe somebody's interested.
Yeah.
So we have, to the left here, we have a little walking path.
Oh, okay.
And have the Wuhan Spirit House. Some of these houses, single story.
I see.
These houses directly in front of us, you can see, look at the roof lines are different. Those 3 houses down at the end of the street are maybe twice the size of our house.
Okay.
So people have somehow been able to do some sort of customization.
Right. We can definitely tell a difference.
But I mean, they're different colors, different shapes. So these were done in different stages.
You know, for a neighborhood, I didn't, you know, when I think of Hangdong, I think of like a concrete jungle, but there's a lot of greenery in here. It's impressive.
Hangdong this part of it is almost all croplands.
Okay.
And when you drove down here, you passed a lot of stores selling feed, fertilizer, farming supplies, stuff like that. So, and these houses are a completely different design altogether, and they're huge.
Okay.
So this area down here is more of the area that's slated for development. And this building back here is the management office. So this is where Kunbi's office is.
Okay.
And you can see the road keeps going back because that's all slated for development. So if somebody wants to come here and wants to have a tour or see what's available, you go to the front gate, you say, I want to go to the office, and you come back here and you talk to Kunbi.
Nice.
So if you look across, I don't know if it shows up as well on the camera, those houses are huge.
Oh yeah, I just kind of zoomed in. They are huge. Wow. All right, nice playground.
And we're going to have some larger houses, some more diverse shapes. But all of this is slated for development, both sides of the road.
Now, what'd you say about doing the holidays like Krathong? You say the kids Halloween.
So Loy Krathong, the people, the community, we have a line group that organizes things, and Loy Krathong, the kids get together and they launch their krathongs at the little pond and down the waterway. for Halloween, they all met at the gym. We're going to go there, and I'll show you. There's a co-working space at the gym, and they all met there. And then the kids went out and trick-or-treated, and somebody went and got pizza, and then they all came back and had pizza.
So it's safe to say that it's pretty family oriented in here as well.
This is a Mubon that is very family oriented. In this area is Panyaden School, Merton School, Chiang Mai Montessori School, Grace Christian School. There's a fair number of international schools. So this is a really diverse Mubon with Thais, Americans, Chinese, Koreans, Canadians, probably another place for rent, Aussies, Kiwis, all kinds of expats, or at least people who want to be close to the school.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I was doing my research on Hangdong, you think about expats, you think about maybe a single male or a couple that's come over here and just retiring. But Hangdong is known for, like you just mentioned, the schools, the families. You have teachers that come over here to teach, and they bring their entire family as well. So
you have APIS, American Pacific International School, which is up in the mountains up there. And then north of the city, you have Prem, Montfort, Concordia United. There's a new one that just opened, something Hill, Milton Hill, something like that. So here we are at the gym, the weight room, the co-working space. So this is a separate fee. So we do pay separate fee every month to be able to access
that was my
this
next
space.
question. Yeah.
So.
Oh, what a beautiful pool.
Yeah. So nice pool.
I better not show this to Dana because she'll be over here for the next house
Kids
we're in.
love it.
Yeah.
There's saunas, men's and ladies saunas.
A lot of nice sitting areas too,
Yeah.
especially if you want to get out of the sun.
It's really popular with the families.
Uh-huh.
So during the daytime, sometimes you get some people, moms or dads, who come in and use the equipment, but for the most part, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
So we have this room with treadmills, bikes.
Okay, so you got a lot of cardio equipment here. No waiting. I like the view also, if you're on the treadmill. That's
Grace
nice.
spends a lot of time here on the treadmill.
Like the half marathoner.
Yes.
All right, and back. Oh, this is nice. Full body workout machines. You got legs. A bench. And this is pretty much everything you need for a workout. Nice. All right, so we're back, and I've learned so much just through research, and then, you've lived here for a while. I don't think in terms of Hangdong and nature. You know, I think of a concrete jungle, but I've had a chance to go around it, and it's so much more. What would you have to say about nature and outdoor things to do here in Hangdong?
Hangdong is situated a little bit south of Doi Suthep. So accessing Doi Suthep and the Doi Suthep National Park and the hiking trails is very easy. You mentioned the concrete jungle, and that is those main roads, but once you're off of those main roads, it is a lot of small winding roads through rice paddies, through orchards. It was beautiful. I was looking for places to do photography this past spring, and I found longan orchards, banana orchards, papayas, all kinds of fruit, and there are rice paddies. In fact, there's a restaurant. Many of these mubans have a clubhouse, and many of these clubhouses have restaurants that are open to the public. There is one right up the road that just looks out over this expansive rice paddy. It is beautiful.
Wow.
Hangdong also makes it very accessible to go south. When you go south from where we are right now, this is almost the last bit of civilization for the next 60 to 100 kilometers.
Really?
Yeah, you go south of here and it is all cropland. And eventually you head down to Doi Intanan National Park, and Doi Intanan is the highest mountain in Thailand. And there are other national parks and national forests in the area. If you love nature, if you love hiking, if you love cycling, there are a lot of options for that here.
Nice.
If you just want quiet, paved, easy to walk roads through orchards and through rice paddies, there's a lot of that as well.
A little bit of everything for everybody.
There is. And yet there are also coffee shops. My wife has taken on the task of visiting as many coffee shops as she can, which she's using, even though we have certainly internet and everything at home, she enjoys the vibe of working at a coffee shop. So she goes and does that. There are restaurants, there are small restaurants, there are big restaurants. There are food that is traditional Thai, that is Lana, that is Mexican, that is Italian, that is fusion, that is hamburgers. Everything is really easy and accessible here.
Wow. No, that's great. Transitioning on, so let's talk about, is Hangdong family friendly? So I will start with this right here. You live in a gated community, but this is not a 55 and older community,
Nope.
is it? And one of the things that really impressed me, I was a little jealous at first, because last Halloween, there were trick-or-treaters that came to your door.
A lot of trick-or-treaters.
Wow. So tell us how and what makes this a family-friendly environment here in Hangdong.
Hangdong is home to quite a few international schools. Where we are right now, across the street, more or less, is Panyaden, which is probably one of the top 3 international schools in Chiang Mai. And they're a Buddhist school founded on Buddhist principles and the practice of Buddhist virtues. There is Grace Christian Academy. There is Marathon, which I think runs a British curriculum. There's Lana International School. There's APIS, Asia Pacific International School, which I think leans maybe heavily to the Chinese curriculum. There is a Montessori school. There are just so many international schools here. The other 2 primary international schools are Montfort, which is up right outside the city, and Prem, which is half an hour or so north of the city.
Okay.
So otherwise, Hangdong offers a lot of choice for parents who want to send their children to international school.
Okay.
Which means that many of the expats who live here, whether they're Western, Chinese, Korean, they are here with children. So many of these Mubaans are built, the houses are built and sized for families, and it's occupied by families.
Right.
So if you are an expat and you want to move to some place that you know has expats and family-focused expats, it's a great place to come. We have on our street, there are several kids, and they are out riding their bikes every day. And yet the couple who lives right next door to us he's a little bit older than we are, and he actually, pure coincidence, is from Rhode Island, about 20 minutes away from where I grew up.
What are the chances of that happening?
We know all the same places, we know the same people.
That is great. Oh, man. Wow. So with that said, that means there's probably businesses. I know that there's the Grand Canyon Water Park.
Yeah.
So there's probably other businesses that are kid friendly that you can take your kids to around here as well.
So the Grand Canyon Water Park is a big one. It's a flooded quarry that they've put inflatable toys, is that the right word? Giant toys that you bounce around, obstacles, zip lines. Excuse me. There is mini golf down here, or putt-putt golf, depending where you're from. There are full-size golf courses as well. There's a place called the Cocoon, which offers saunas, ice baths, hot baths. There are a number of I don't know if cram schools, which for some Western people might be a foreign concept. It's where kids go to school after school.
Okay.
Some of them are for academics, some of them are for fun. Most of the Mubaans here, when you drive around, there are playgrounds. There's a go-kart track if you want to go race go-karts.
That's right, I've seen that.
Yep.
Miniature golf too. Is there miniature golf nearby?
Miniature golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we've covered 4 of those. Our last one, and this is a simple one, but cost of living.
Yeah.
Now, the cost of living may be a little more here in the Hangdong area compared to some other places, but you're also paying for the gated community. You're paying for square footage seems to be more here in Hangdong when it comes to many of the homes.
What are you comparing it to? If you're comparing it to Neiman, if you're comparing it to within the old city, it is much cheaper.
Okay.
When we first came to Chiang Mai, we spent our first 6 months in a house right at the foot of Doi Suthep, right in the middle of CMU, Chiang Mai University. And if I was to give a description of the house, think of it as the size of 2 48-foot tractor trailer bodies next to each other.
Yeah.
So one of those long is the kitchen, and then there was a divider wall, and then the second kitchen. And then behind that was laundry. The other side was bedroom, bathroom, bedroom.
Okay, I see.
And when we moved here from Taiwan, we had a lot of things. We did not come here with only our suitcases. We came here with a shipping container full of all our possessions from Taiwan, and that simply wasn't going to fit. So we started looking for someplace else, and we found this place here, and it's the exact same price, and it is double the square footage.
Wow.
So if you're comparing it to that CMU Sansai right along the superhighway, even Meizhou, Mei Rim, it is cheaper. It's certainly cheaper than the old city. Compared to Doi Saket, compared to Serapi, Sankampang, some of the other places, it is going to be more.
What about compared to Boston?
So, I don't know, for those who haven't heard our previous interview video, Grace and I get to live here because we still own our condo in Boston,
Okay.
which we rent out, And our monthly rent from that condo in Boston pays for our entire month here in Hangdong.
Wow.
It pays our rent, it pays our gasoline, it pays our electrical, our cable bills, our food bills. It pays everything.
Wow.
So a lot cheaper than Boston.
So you heard it there, guys. That's just 5 reasons why Hangdong may be the place for you to relocate when you come here to the Chiang Mai area. Now, Michael was nice enough to, I wish I had this huge camera crew that can go and show you all of Hangdong with drones and everything, but I don't. But what I can give you is just a taste of what you can find here in Hangdong. Here we go.
Hey Fred, I'm happy to help you and the Faraway Fred family get a better feel for my part of Chiang Mai, which is Hangdong. So come along for a ride and come explore with me. Right here, we have the back of the clubhouse, and you can see there's the pool. Looks like there's a big room upstairs. We'll drive around here. Get another shot of the pool. That looks like a library. So it's very nice, and that's the type of thing that many Mubans have. As we drive down the Chiang Mai Hangdong Road, one of the shopping outlets very popular among expats in Hangdong is this, Kad Pharang Village. There is, among other things, Rimping, so the Western grocery store, several restaurants, Watson's, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks. There's a wine shop, ice cream stores, Pizza Hut, McDonald's. There's a Korean restaurant, a Vietnamese restaurant. It's just a very popular place here among expats. In the afternoon, this entire area, this entire parking lot here that you see, and this other parking lot ahead of us become a local night market. Here on the left is a hawker stall all full of small local food shops. We have McDonald's. Here to the left, actually, we have an outlet mall. It is, well, not full, shall we say. However, there are Western brands, Nike, Adidas, Timberland, Converse, what is it called? The people who make Champion, yeah, undergarments. And it's going through a renovation, so hopefully in the very near future it will be full of new stores and bargains. This building right here, this brown building ahead of me, is McDonald's. We're going to swing across the front here. In addition to Starbucks, there is an Aveda hair salon. There is a Swenson's ice cream. And all of this parking lot here becomes a night market after 2 p.m. So I'm going to take you very quickly down behind Kad Pharang because there are lots of mubans back here that cater to Westerners or expats, not just Westerners. As we get off the Chiang Mai Hangdong road, this road here is pretty typical of an area that is predominantly expats or nicer, wealthier homes. There's also plenty of resorts, homestays, things like that. So when we were looking for a place to move to, this was definitely one of the places we came and looked at. Turn here. Go down one of these little roads so you can see. These are pretty much all detached, standalone buildings. Some are single story, some are 2-story. This is certainly something a lot more local. You won't get anything like that in Neiman or in the Old City. See that up ahead, but there's an airplane coming in, and that brings us to one of the cons about some of the Hangdong area, and that is it is on the flight path for the airport. These are all new houses. Yeah, so it's on the approach for planes that are landing, and sometimes if you're directly under or adjacent to, it can be very, very loud. Ooh, the consulate. Want to take you away from the expat area and allow you to see some of the other parts of Hangdong, some of the more local areas. Here, as the roads get more narrow, this is a more rural experience. See here, we've got the rice paddies on the right, and the people living in these houses here are almost certainly local Thais. If you have a good realtor, a good agent, I'm sure you have the opportunity to look at houses like this to rent. They're probably in the ballpark of, say, 5,000 to 10,000 baht per month, but they are very local. They probably don't have much of a kitchen. They probably have a very small refrigerator, probably not a dorm refrigerator, but definitely not a full-sized refrigerator. Maybe there is a burner top with one burner, gas, but more likely you would have to have your own electric hot plate kind of cooking surface. Probably no washer, dryer hookups. Certainly no central heating or air conditioning. Hopefully sit-down toilets and not squat toilets, but you never know. So right now we are in a section called Baan Tawai, and Baan Tawai is sort of the furniture making area in Chiang Mai, here in Hangdong. If you want high-end teak furniture, camphor furniture, this is the place to come. You can have it custom made, bespoke to what you want. You can see what some of these galleries have, and I will tell you, I have been in these galleries, and it is beautiful. They have single slab tables that are 2 meters by, say, 4 meters, and that's a single slab of wood. That is probably, a good 12 centimeters, 3 inches thick. This is also a great place to come for upholstery, for rattan furniture, for lighting fixtures, lamps, pretty much anything that is home goods related, you can find here in Baan Tawai, including garden stuff. It's a great place to come. There is Baan Tawai Village, which has multiple walking shopfront type areas for browsing. You can walk into factories and watch them manufacturing some of this beautiful furniture. If you have an opportunity to come down here, I highly recommend it. As we drive down this little side road here along this irrigation canal on my right, I want to point out here on the left is a new building being built. It has units for sale. It is a multi-story modern building. Hoping we can get to a point here. We can look in. And it's right next to this nice Mubon. Again, we are just barely off the beaten path of the Chiang Mai Hangdong road. So this is still a very convenient area to live. Here on the right are several detached homes, also newly built for sale. For sale or for rent. But this is a much quieter place than other areas. There's not a lot of traffic. These Mubons here are probably a good mix of expats and Thai. I see a lot of for sale signs, a lot of for rent signs. I think there is plenty of housing availability here in Hangdong for people new to Chiang Mai. If this is the more quiet, slow life that you're looking for, a little bit more on the rural side. And as you see, I've kind of got the camera pointed a little bit to the left. And if you were to head down any one of these little side roads here to the left, and I'll do that up ahead, it becomes even more rural very quickly. Left that you see. Much smaller homes. This area is far more local, far more Thai than expat. little school, local public school. You can see all these little shops on the left and the right. People selling everything from fresh fruits and vegetables to meat on sticks on little charcoal grills. People have their own little general store, convenience store type thing with prepared foods, canned foods, box foods, soda pop, beer, probably hard liquor of some kind. I really like this area where you're driving along and all of a sudden you find yourself in the middle of croplands, orchards, just agricultural space, living things, growing things. I like the energy it brings.